It was Boxing Day, and I needed something to do. I found a nearby track and set off. The cicadas here were painfully deafening. I've heard them loud before, but not this loud. It was a lovely little track, full of eucalyptus trees and standing boulders. The uphillness proved to be a bit of a struggle, however, with my silly choice of footwear. After a little more climbing, I found a clearing where I could admire the surrounding area. The cicadas were mercifully more quiet up here, and accompanied by a refreshing breeze, I could tell I was close to the top. The walk reminded me a little of Lord of the Rings, so I was pleasantly surprised to find Shadowfax peacefully grazing on the way back. To cool off, I went for a little swim near a place called Shell Harbour. Suddenly, a jellyfish type thing appeared right in front of me, which gave me a little bit of a fright. In hindsight, I don't think it could have stung me. The area was full of beautiful little coves, with what looked like a border of ancient volcanic rock. The next day, I was recommended another walking trail, hidden behind a small train station. After moving to the right side of the fence, I found it, the Woody Track, or Waddy Waddy. With some extra excitement of a warning sign, I set off. The forest was mesmerising. The floor blanketed with bracken and the canopy littered with gum tree giants. The forager in me found it hard not to pick one of these delectable looking berries, but more often than not in nature, red means dead. Speaking of, there were a few occasions where I nearly snapped an ankle or two trying to manoeuvre around the uneven ground, but with my more sensible choice of footwear, I continued on. Stumbling through dried up creeks and rivers, I took a minute to shake my head at how hot it was. Eventually, arriving at Shelob's staircase, I began the climb, until I reached the end of the sketchy part of the track. The path was a lot more defined now, with the occasional stone brick thrown in. I could now see the sea, Blending into the sky above gave the impression I was on the highest mountain, gazing below at an endless atmospheric expanse. Now exiting the forest, I knew it was soon coming to an end. This unique seating area made me think of the Purge films for some reason. I rounded off the day with a drink in a beautiful spot, back in the modern presence and conversation.